Alright, we're live, pal. Once again, baby. So, hey, into here. Let me just adjust that a little bit. It's a little off center. But yeah, guys. Woke up a little early this morning because I went to bed early. Been feeling good, catching up on sleep. Sleep is important. Fellas, show up. So, yeah, got our usual brekkie. And we're just gonna sit and talk about what I'm doing, stuff like that. So yeah, man, I cannot wait to do some stuff by the beach. I'm really looking forward to it. So, if I was wondering, I'm gonna be looking at some properties next Saturday, so that's gonna be fun. So yeah, I'm gonna be looking at some properties out in the Shonan area on next Saturday, and hopefully find a place. I already have one that I particularly have my eye on, but we'll see how it goes. That place is like even cheaper than living here at the guest house, but it'll be like my own apartment and everything. So pretty wild, man. And it's not that far away from the harbor either, so it's pretty close by to like some convenies. There's like a couple grocery stores nearby as well, so that's also a plus. So I'll be able to eat a little bit cleaner, and yeah, once I get my own place, I'll be focusing on eating a lot cleaner, because I'll have room to make stuff. Yeah, living here, that's another thing. It's pretty much just convenies, you know, which are fine for a while, but then it's just like, ugh, jeez, getting a little sick and tired of convenient food, you know. So, yeah, that's how it be. But they do have convenient food there too, so if I get a case of the lazies, gotcha. Oh, I forgot to open my coffee. Silly me. That was a little sus. I was like, pretty sure I didn't get that carbonated coffee. Yep. And I finally got some proper hot sauce. Because before I had like the diluted version, because I was trying to make it last as long as I could. But, it's good to have the full strength stuff. Feels good. Gets the heart pumping. So how are you guys doing this morning? Or evening, wherever you're at. Oh, I forgot. Hold on, Jeff. Alright, cool. Now we're back. Alright. Yeah, I forgot to turn off my VPN. I do that sometimes. Yeah, I noticed that although the VPN I have is pretty good, for certain tasks I like to turn it off, especially like streaming and, you know, if I'm downloading client files and all that fun stuff. Gotta have her wide open. everything else, I just have it on. I don't even really notice that much of a speed drop. So it's only when I'm live streaming and uploading, downloading like massive files. So we're working on certain projects from home. Gotta love that work from home life, man. It's the good life. You know, when this whole crazy thing happened about a year ago at this point, right? I think it'd be about a year ago. Probably longer because it happened in Japan first before America. But you know, when this whole thing happened, it really threw everybody for a loop. And you know, there was a lot in how it affected me. I mean, thankfully, you know, my family and everything's all right, so it didn't have any super negative effect on me as far as that goes. But as far as living and making YouTube videos and stuff like that, definitely killed off the whole anti-Japan 2020 that I was looking to kick off when I got back to Japan. But it also gave me more opportunities to work for other YouTubers and other companies in this area. And especially working from home and doing schoolwork at home, it allowed me to logistically fit all that in. Because if we weren't doing this, you know, a lot of the stuff that I do would be impossible. You know, even just taking the commute time into consideration, like, even if I was still living in Tokyo, it wouldn't be possible. So I was trying to calculate it out. I remember when this whole thing first started, because originally I was gonna like go to school for like one class, and take a train over to work for like a couple hours, and take a train back to school for my last class, and do it that way. But I'd only be able to get maybe 2 or 3 hours a day of actual work done. But now I can get like 4 or 5. So it's pretty nice, because I don't have to take commute into consideration. It's not that often where I have to physically be somewhere. Most of the time I can just do pretty much everything just from here. So as long as I have my computer and internet access, good to go. And that's something I've been trying to set up for a long time, actually, was to just be able to work from home or work anywhere, do that digital nomad lifestyle. Although I wasn't too keen on like having to constantly move all the time. I did want like some central base of operations, but I just didn't want to like go into work all the time, you know. So I remember when work from home jobs were considered like online scams, and even the ones that were legit, you had to be like a super senior member of management. And even then, it wasn't like completely online, you know? It was like, you know, you had to come to the office once or twice a week or something like that. And I was just like, ah, man. And old Kalani Macaroni happened, and, you know, one of the good things that to come out of it was, you know, work from home jobs being taken more seriously, and just more options as far as that goes being available. So that's nice. With these options, it allows me to work from pretty much anywhere. So In my case, especially being on a... okay. In my case, especially being on a limited budget, you know, I don't have to live in Tokyo to work in Tokyo, which is nice. Because, man, that... I love visiting Tokyo, don't get me wrong. I just hate living in Tokyo. It's a fucking nightmare. I think when I was younger, I wouldn't mind it too much. But now that I'm getting older, it's just like, it's too noisy, too loud, too much stuff going on, too many people. Man. Old grumpy old man Andy saying can't handle it. Plus, I like the chiller vibes of just living further away from the bigger cities. Everyone's in too much of a rush, you know? It's like... It's gotta be exhausting living that kind of lifestyle, you know? I couldn't do that shit. Even though I did live that shit for a while. There's a reason I got out. Oh, several. But in any event. Goodness. Those are some spicy tuna sandos, let me tell you. Good stuff. But, as with all things in life, it's about balance. So, balance the tuna sando with some banana. I'm trying to incorporate something healthy. And once I get my own place, I'm going to start making like smoothies and stuff like that. Because Eric Surf 6 taught me how to make some really basic smoothies that don't cost a whole heck of a lot of money. You know? You just get some pretty basic, cheap ingredients. That was the thing I was worried about, you know, trying to get the healthier stuff, especially out here in Japan where fruit is really expensive. But you just gotta learn to buy in-season fruit, as well as just cheap fruit. Cheap fruit's usually pretty nutritious, like banana. It's always cheap. When life gives you lemons, you eat banana. Yeah, I figured get some bananas, some spinach, some other things. I was looking at a bunch of recipes as well online just to make like different types of smoothies. So I basically just, if I want to do like meal replacement type stuff, which I'd only do for like a short amount of time just for like dieting purposes, which works because I'm working from home, so, you know, if I'm busy, I don't want to just sit there and like make a meal or order something and whatever. I just literally go to the fridge. If it's already prepped, just pull it out. Well, done. So. Yeah, basically I was just looking up stuff and like what you need for like a meal replacement from like a nutrition standpoint. So, main things that help are fat and protein. So, you have to get some kind of like vegetable fat source. So like coconut oil or avocado or something like that. When I heard avocado, I was like, ooh, those are really expensive around here. I don't know about coconut oil though. I haven't really looked for it out here. So, hard saying. So, it might be expensive. I don't know. I'm sure there's something else around here that's more reasonably priced. A couple of those bad boys, get some berries or something like that. Throw that shit in the blender. Done. So. Yeah, it's just too messy to do it here, so. And even with the kitchen here, I'd have to get my own blender and label it and make sure nobody else uses it if I'm not there, and just all this other shit, so. At least if I get my own place, you know, it'll be my own kitchen, so. I can, like, sort things, you know, so it's good. Doing it to lose some damn weight, and mostly just to get healthier, you know. Especially, you know, when you start getting older, you start noticing things with your body, so. That's just kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of noticing, you know, if I don't eat right, you know, my body starts hurting, and it's hard for me to function the next day. It's just, you know. But eat some banana, and it'll be good. So. And that help balances out the potassium and sodium levels too. So. That's really important for health. Having a balanced potassium and sodium levels, whatever. Nice. So I figured just for now, just to kind of prep myself for transitioning over to smoothies, you know, just start eating a little bit of healthy food, because everybody wants me to like completely go cold turkey, and my body doesn't work like that. So I'd like to like kind of slowly progress towards something like that. So, you know, plus the weather's getting warmer too, so, you know, I'll be walking a lot more. And I mean, hell, I did it yesterday. Like after work, usually I go to a station and then take a local train to my stop. But you know, the main hub is like just one stop away from where I live. So I figured, fuck it, it's a nice day, and you know, I don't think I'd get too much walking time in anyway, because it was kind of late. So I just walked home from the transit hub. So felt pretty good, not gonna lie. Help keep the old legs in line. So oh man. But yeah, man, all that kind of stuff aside, I know I was talking about nutrition and shit. Oh, I'm numbing on tuna sando. Be the next JCJ thread. Morning. What's on schedule today? Well, gonna be doing some editing work here in a couple hours. Then afterwards, Eric06 has a video he wants me to put together, so I'm gonna kind of chip away at it. So I've been trying to do this thing where I kind of spread out how much I edit, because before I'd usually just do it all in one session. Like I'd just clear out a block and just do the whole thing. But usually it's kind of tiring, and I end up making more mistakes if I do too much all at once. So I've been splitting my time up a little bit. So, you know, put in a couple hours every day, wait till the next day, put in a couple more hours, and there you go. And, you know, it depends on the video. Like, some videos aren't nearly as complex as others. Others, it's like 2 hours of raw footage, and I gotta comb through all that shit, and it's just like, ugh, it's a fucking nightmare. So, it just depends. But, yeah, just try to do that stuff to give me a more balanced approach in life. Because, you know, I want to do other stuff than just sit in front of Premiere all day. So, but yeah, things are pretty good. I don't know how long you've been here, C-Dub, but I did say that I'm going to be touring a, yeah, most of the day, pretty much, if you think about it. Yeah, so after my one job earlier today, well, I mean, it's going to be later today. So once I'm done with that, I'm going to go for my daily walk, get something to eat. Right on. So yeah, after my job today, I'm going to go on my daily walk, get something to eat, and then work on Eric's thing, which shouldn't take too long, but we'll see. That was the video I shot when we were over at Taco Bell. So I'm surprised Eric never did a Taco Bell video before, but he's doing like this collab thing with his son. So it's kind of like a USA versus Japan type thing. So like he gets the Japan version and then his son gets the American version. So yeah, we got some stuff from Taco Bell and then he shoots it back to his son, and it's fun. Those videos generally do pretty well. You know, the ones where his sons are in it. There's also, you know, certain genres that he shoots that are pretty good too. Obviously, vending machines is like the big money maker. Sushi go-arounds, kaiten sushi, it's really good. Ikiben, you know, train bentos, or just bento in general, are really good. He doesn't do ramen all that much, and it does pretty decently, but because he doesn't do it all that often, it's a little inconsistent. Collabs with his sons are usually really good. Collabs in general can be kind of hit or miss. It just depends on the guest and stuff, but you know, they generally do better than his regular content, at least. But yeah, anyway, what I was saying, sorry, ADD moment, was that I'm going to be touring an apartment that I'm looking at down in Shonan. So it's really affordably priced, really cheap, and it's like a few steps away from the harbor in that area, so it's pretty nice. And then you can just, you know, walk the harbor, walk to the beach, just, you know, breathe in that ocean breeze. It's good stuff. Good stuff. And it's a really small town too, so yeah, Shonan is the best. Oh man, I can't wait to take more pictures out there, because that was yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man, for real. But I can't wait to take more pictures down there, just because I've been following a couple hashtags on Instagram that are Shonan related, just to kind of get an idea of what people take pictures of down there. And obviously it's a lot of like surfing stuff, you know, like people at dawn, like with their surfboards walking, and like the sand is all smooth looking, so it looks like a giant mirror, whatever. And it's just gorgeous looking, you know. And you know, I was even looking at some of my old pictures when I was in Yokosuka, and ended up finding one that I have as my wallpaper right now, which I redid. So we'll show that here real quick. Oh, I guess not. Hold on. There. Okay. Yeah, we'll just show this real quick. So yeah, this is just one I got of Sarashima, Monkey Island. I didn't get too crazy with it. You know, I just basically upped the saturation, changed some shadows and stuff like that. Now, the island was actually very visible. I didn't realize, like, I thought that I had like photoshopped it previously, because it looks like a little brighter than I would expect, but it just came out that way from the camera, so I just kind of went with it. And yeah, got that with the zoom lens. Good stuff. So yeah, I just dolled it up a little in Photoshop. Oh yeah, beach vlogs, man. That's gonna be awesome. Beach vlogs and beach live streams as well. So, really looking forward to that. And in fact, Sarashima, speaking of which, there was a video that I helped. I didn't put together the final project, but I helped do like a raw cut of this video. See if I can pull it up. Where's it at? There we go. Ugh. Some of the clickbaitiness. It's a little unnerving, but yeah, I helped put together this video for a company on Facebook. So I just did the kind of the raw cut. So I took like the raw footage and just kind of, you know, pieced it together. So judging from the looks of things, they pretty much used basically like my cut. So they did a couple things, and I'm noticing right here. I guess we could do. You want to do like a live reaction? That'd be kind of cool. Actually, let's do it like that. Sorry, Zen Buster. Give you a little pausey pause. Yeah, you can see where the guns were installed. I think it's from Toga. Yep. Yeah, it is. It was a fortified island back in the day. So we'll go ahead and do a quick little. It's only like 3 minutes long, so it's not gonna take too long. So we're gonna do like a little live react to this video that I did. I didn't like edit the final product, but I put together a lot of like the raw footage and just kind of cut out all the unnecessary stuff. But they basically just used my initial cut. They tweaked a couple things, but it's basically my cut. So, yeah. Ah, jeez, come on. What is with this quality? Okay, let's redo it. So, it doesn't do it really. Yeah, real life anime setting. The funny thing is, like, these guys don't know like pretty much anything about anime, but they like to market stuff like that. So yeah. So they just basically did like a little cookout, which is a good thing to do in Sarashima. Just get a little grill and cook there. So, yep, that's the Mikasa. Yep, did a tour of that in Mikasa Koen, Mikasa Park. And then you just take the pier, get on the ferry, and head on out. What's the part 1 an hour? That was a quick cut. A little too quick for my taste. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this one took a little bit to put together because they were having some trouble putting the fire together. But yeah. And if you notice, hold on, let me back up. When they initially put the meat on the grill, there's a little, see that? The little white mark here? So they initially tried putting the meat on the grill, but I guess it wasn't in position right, so they like took it off and like put it back on, and that's the take. And that's the take I used anyway, because it was cleaner looking, but just a fun little thing. So yeah, fire. They ended up cutting a lot of fun little bits while they were cooking. I kind of liked this because the way I framed it with this video was kind of making it almost like a couples type getaway. So there was this couple that you saw at the beginning, these guys. So I tried pairing scenes that were similar. So you know, you see these guys walking, and then you see these guys walking. And it's kind of funny. I don't know if they were like purposely doing that, but it just kind of happened that the scenes sort of paralleled, but I guess they cut most of those scenes, which is fine, but I just thought it was a fun little nod, you know. And that's not one of the little I don't know what the fuck they were doing there. But, climb to the peak. It's not really that high. Like, Starshima's not that high. But yeah. Escape from the city life, living in Yoko, baby. Yeah. I wish they would have explored this area a bit more, just because, you know, you get little tide pools and cool stuff like that. But I guess it was kind of busy, so it's hard saying. Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah, it's gorgeous, man. That's the area I used to live. Yep. Okay, cool. Fun times. Alright, we'll get the old Zen Buster back. Good. I think. Yep. Okay. I know where his car was. Sorry, I just, yeah. Yeah, no worries. Oh, man. Okay. But yeah, I basically just did the rough cut for that video, and then they chose some of the footage from it, so fun times. Then the Hawaiian video, which I'm not gonna play just because it has copyrighted. Yo, Siobhan, what's up, dude? Doing good. So eating some nanners. Trying to be healthy here. Yeah, just got done watching a video that I did the rough cut for. So yeah, life's going good, man. Gotta say. Which reminds me, I gotta check something here real quick. Let me check something here to be sure. Okay, cool. Oh shit, it's still playing. Whoops, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, keep him busy, man. That's the thing. Yeah, sorry, I forgot the Facebook thing was still playing. My bad. But yeah, just that's the thing with me, man. Like, I always have to be working on something, you know, because if I'm not working on something, then I start getting anxiety, and you know, it's hard for me to do things. So, yeah. But yeah, gonna be going back down to Shonan to look at a place. Got the appointment all set up for next Saturday, so hoping to get it, because that's going to be when all my other checks and the stimmy and all that fun stuff hit my bank account. So I'll actually have money to put forward towards it, rather than just kind of be like, well, it would be nice if I had an apartment, right? Yeah, quarter one hits you hard, for sure. But now that we're heading into quarter two, things are picking up, for sure. And then, on top of that, I'm going to be going back to school at the end of next month. So, that's going to be a big change. You know, so, lots of changes in the air, man. And I'm feeling pretty darn good about it, you know. Good stuff. I'm gonna focus more on my health once I move down to Shonan, because I'll have my own kitchen and everything, so I'll be able to you know, make some smoothies and stuff like that. Eric Surf 6 taught me some really basic recipes, because like before I was thinking like, man, I gotta spend all this freaking money, and in Japan it's twice, sometimes 3 times as much for like fruits and stuff out here, but you know, you just gotta learn what to buy rather than just, you know, buy whatever. So, you know, plus you can't go wrong with good old reliable bananas. They're pretty cheap no matter where you are in the world. So this little 3-pack, just because I got it from the conveni, was about $2. If I bought them from like a grocery store, if I got at a kind of like a cheap market, I could probably get them for like less than $1. So I've gotten the same 3-pack from this chain called My Basket. Get them for like 90 to 95 yen. So what, like 85, 90 cents for a 3-pack bananas? It's pretty good for a meal. Keeps the fiber and potassium count in check, which is good for sure. Something I'm trying to keep in balance out here, because everything is like super high in salt, sodium. So, you know, some cases it's just almost unavoidable, you know. Because I found a fun formula to figure out how much sodium content is in food here in Japan. Because they don't measure it by sodium levels, they measure it by salt levels. So, you know, you get the chloride part of the sodium chloride. So basically, I don't know if the camera's going to catch it. Let me see it right here. I hope it's able to catch it. Probably not, though. Maybe. Oh, come on, camera. Come on, camera. Please. Oh, come on, camera. Ah, damn it. It's not letting me do it. Sorry. Actually, I got an idea. We'll make this work. This is like the jankest way to do it, but we'll make it happen. Come on. Oh, there we go. Right. Okay. Actually, I'll just point to it so that way you know. Boop. Okay. So give me just a sec. I'm gonna upload this to Imgur, and then we'll walk through it. So that one. Yo, Deck One in the house. What's up, dude? How you living? Alright, let me I'm just gonna do a little fun factoid for you, because camera's acting up, so I gotta find a workaround, which I'm working around. But shit, I don't remember what account it was, but I think it was this one. Pretty sure that's the one. Right? Come on. Sign me in. Do the ting. Yeah, it's not limited. Alright. Is it true you need a college education to work in Japan? Yes. Yes, it is, unfortunately. I mean, well, actually, let me clarify that. So, you don't need a college education to work in Japan, but you need a college education to get a visa in Japan. So, they spit some hate towards the funny ass J vloggers. You're in the wrong stream, dude. This ain't that kind of stream. But I feel you. I feel you. Plenty of chuckleheads out there to make fun of, but it's whatever. But yeah, getting back to Siobhan's question though. So the main visa most people get when coming out here is the work visa. Dang, I have like way too much headroom. There we go. So yeah, the main visa they get is the work visa, and for that you do need a bachelor's degree, at least, to get that. Others come over through the spouse visa, so I just gotta be on that waifu husbando life. You don't need a college education for that, so you can technically live here on a spouse visa, but there are some jobs that do require educational background, so even though you already have a visa, they may not be willing to pick you up just because of that. Then there's other stuff, like with mine, which is going to be back to a student visa. So, you know, just, yo, game on lock, what's up, dude? Getting everybody today, so it's good. It's good. It's a bachelor's degree is 4 years, holy moly. Yeah, man. Telling you. But if you get a student visa, if you get accepted to a college out here in Japan, then you can work towards your degree while still being in Japan. So, you know, it just depends on what you want to do. And plus, I think, you know, studying abroad is a good way to kind of figure out if you want to live in that country, you know? Talked about the J-Vlogger used a fake diploma to get teaching jobs and a visa. Oh, I mean, Tiki Sam? Yeah, I said it. That's right, I said it. Oh well. But regardless, I mean, it depends. The schools out here, I mean, it depends on where you want to go, of course, but the schools out here are significantly less expensive than going to school in the States. So it is definitely doable. Like, for Lakeland, for instance, I believe, I think they're only just like 5,000 or 6,000 a semester, USD. So that's about, what, 12,000 a year if you go 2 semesters. So yeah, exactly, car wash. They're cheap, but yeah, they're generally shit, because and you can get scholarships too. I'm sure they have a lot of international student scholarships as well, because especially because you can speak a little Japanese, will swim in scholar when I see. There you go, right there, man. There you go, Siobhan. Just I know that there's definitely a big incentive to get international students into Japanese universities. Well, hell, just students in general, to be honest with you guys. Like, yeah, the post-secondary education system out here in Japan is very much lacking in the student body of any type. You know, they're having trouble getting any kind of student, you know. And that's why a lot of these universities are closing. There's a lot of them that are offering parts of their campuses, like parts of their properties and stuff that they own, to other campuses. So that's why Temple University of Japan, for instance, got that huge campus remodel, because they bought a lot of stuff from Tokyo Showa Women's University. Yeah, there's too many unis for sure. So just gotta do a little bit of housekeeping for sure. Work ethic is great. Backstory belongs in the book. Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, I'm sure they'd love to have you, of course. You know, it's not too bad. Yeah, yeah. So, now where's I going with that? But yeah, you know, just basically with a couple scholarships and stuff like that, you can get into Japanese unis. And the thing with going to Japanese university is that it's kind of treated as yeah, just learn some Japanese basically. And even then, car wash, you don't have to learn Japanese for some universities out here. Yeah, 100%. Even just a little bit of Japanese will get you that money for sure. But there's also several Japanese schools that offer all English degrees. Obviously, the American schools like, you know, Lakeland, Temple, Sophia, International Christians University. There's a couple others out there as well. Working though, even though I'm on a student visa. Well, that's the fun part, Siobhan. So, when you're on a student visa, you can apply for a. I think it's. I'm trying to remember because it's a really long name, but it's basically the Arubaito clause, or like the part-time clause with your visa. Work permit. That's the word. Jesus. It's actually like this really long thing of basically like permission to engage in activities other than what is specified on your visa. Yeah, basically that's the TLDR. Sorry. I tried to get fancy, but Car Wash basically explained it. So basically, you can apply for this work permit as soon as you land in the country and as soon as you get your visa situation taken care of. So just apply for it at the airport. It doesn't take that long to fill out. And you can also apply for it when you change visas as well, or if you like renew your visa. And the yeah, it allows you to work up to 28 hours a week, up to 8 hours a day on days that you don't have school. So if it's like the weekend or holidays or something like that, you can work up to 8 hours a day. And on what was the official ruling? I think it's if your school is on holiday, like if you're on like not really summer break, but just like usually for schools they have like a break in between semesters. So if you're on semester break, then I believe you can work a full 40 hours. But don't quote me on that particular part. But what kind of type of job you can do? It just depends on your skill set, man. So obviously the easiest one would be English teaching. So you can do like Eikaiwa shit and stuff like that. Yeah, I don't think you can fund it all with just a part-time job for sure. For sure. That's where the scholarship money comes in for sure. Yeah, no worries, man. I'm always glad to help people out. But yeah, like Car Wash was saying, you cannot fund your lifestyle with just a part-time job. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, I believe you can work a full 40-hour work week on months where you have breaks. Yeah, the max during breaks is 40 hours. Yep. I just wasn't sure about that one because I saw it in like some areas and then others didn't mention it at all. So I was a little iffy on that one. But yeah. So. But, you know, like I said, man, it just depends on your skills. English teaching would be the obvious choice. You could even do something like work at the Konbini, doing Arubaito work 40 hours a week and help my mom, so I'm always busy. Yeah, I totally understand. So, hell, this will probably be a break for you then, considering going from 40 to 28 hours, you know. It's going to be a definite step up for as far as that goes. But, yeah, depending on your skill set, you know, like, for me, I never had to teach English at all since coming out here. I've been out here for over a year at this point. I haven't taught so much as a lick of English out here. But my situation's pretty exceptional, special, different, however you want to phrase it. Probably soon part-time jobs will be around. Yeah, that's pretty safe. That's a pretty safe bet, actually. So you're looking at about $10-13 an hour, something like that. Which, depending on where you live, is like either really fucking good or pretty average to pretty shit. It just depends on where you're living, if you're living in the States or whatever. So, Which, you know, like we said, can't really, at the public schools, like 55 mon a year? Really? That high? I mean, like I said, I guess it depends on like where you go. 55 mon, Christ, can't be that high. It's a little too high. Oh shit, there you go, man. Hell, even just working at the conveni, you can make at least that, if not more. Just, you know, scanning rice balls and giving old Oyaji their smokes. You know? So, yeah, you can make that shit easy. Just doing that. Or, you know, do like the English teaching stuff. There's tons of part-time English teaching gigs. You know, you can do the Eikaiwa stuff, or, you know, go in for like little 1 hour, 2 hour lessons. Stuff like that. That's kind of the fun part about Japan, is that you don't need like one job out here. You can just work a bunch of little part-time jobs and still get by just fine. Because that's kind of how the system works out here. Whereas in America, you know, you have just like the one job, maybe a second job if you work like weekends or something like that, but that's about it. How long am I going to be live for? What time we got? About an hour or so. Yeah, unless you have money saved up, you can't afford tuition plus living costs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, yeah. Well, good. Yeah, stuff that is applicable online. Like, in my instance, because I'm a video editor, I can do that stuff online. So I can either have clients send me the footage, or whatever the case, I can log on to this server and pull the footage. However, it just varies from client to client. Or I go out on video shoots through networking with people and just do it all myself and just do it that way. So it just depends on skills and network. So how do I handle my taxes? I don't even want to think about that. But basically, I just, without giving away too much because it's a little personal, but I basically just itemize a lot of my stuff and deal with it that way. So, but there are some jobs that withhold tax for me. It just depends, really. So, surprisingly, I do have some money saved up. I do have bills. I'm looking at a second job. Yeah, right on. Well, I mean, now's the time to put in the work and put some money away, because, you know, Japan's probably not going to open their borders anytime soon, you know, especially with all this Olympic talk, because they were trying to reopen the borders for people to come in for the Olympics, but that doesn't look to be happening. So am I doing any dating? Not really. So working up on building that okane desu yo ne. So yeah, exactly. That's what Car Wash is saying. You know, doing the MILFs. Yeah, totally. Yeah, right on, man. You got plenty of time, dude. Like, you're good. And if anything, this whole Colonial Macaroni business, you know, is giving people more time to just kind of build and think about things. You know, there's less FOMO because nobody's really doing anything, right? You know, there's none of this like, oh, my friends from high school are like going to Cancun and all this other shit. We know why Ham can't get laid. What's my excuse? If we really want to go there, Dequan, it's just because I don't try. You know, it's to be honest with you guys, it's not something that's all that important to me right now. You know, my thing is just, you know, building up assets, making money. That's where my head's at right now. It may not be what you guys want or expect or whatever, but that's just how it is, man. And bringing somebody else into that equation, you know, it's just not time yet. But Yeah. Yeah, man, I keep to myself. I don't really talk to many people in the past, yeah. Ah, don't worry. Dequan's a good guy. He just likes to give me shit sometimes, so it's all good. No worries. No worries. Yeah. But it's all good, man. Dequan's one of the good ones. I know he's a JCJ regular, but he's one of the good ones, though. So, it's all good. But yeah, just the reality is it's not something I prioritize right now. You know? It's not that I blame other people or be like, oh my god, I'm so fat, nobody will love me, oh my gosh. It's just, I'm just working on me right now. I don't really need to bring other people into this mess right now, so, you know. Once I'm in a good spot, then I'll consider, so. But yeah, getting back to the other parts, so. Assume your goal is to end up in Japan, learn Japanese, save money, yep. And definitely try to learn some Japanese before you get here. Don't make the same mistake I did in thinking that, oh, well, the piecemeal learning I did back in Yokosuka 5 years ago, that'll, you know, take into account. Yeah, exactly, Dequan, you know. See, that's why Dequan's one of the good ones. I appreciate you, dude. But yeah, like Car Wash was saying, though, Siobhan, there you go. Just, you could get into like a language school or something like that. It just depends on what your goal is. Like, is your goal to learn Japanese? Is it? I mean, obviously, if you want to live in Japan, you have to learn some Japanese. But like, you just got to figure out what you want to do. Like, do you want to just, see how living in Japan is like? Just have an experience living abroad just to say you did it, or to, no pun intended, but to broaden your perspective on things. Just try to figure out what you want to get out of this thing. Because I know a lot of people, especially on Reddit, not JCJ in particular, but, like Japan Life and shit like that. They like to shit on people who are only here for like a year and then they just go back home. Yeah, just the experience. So, yeah, man, just focus on saving up, learning some Japanese. You don't have to know, like, everything. Yeah, exactly. And you're young, dude, so you got plenty of time, And even if you stay here for a year... Yeah, exactly, like what Car Wash is saying. Even if you stay for just a year, because I would give it at least a year. Because I know there's some people who leave after a couple months, but I would give it at least a year just to be sure, because otherwise you'll leave with a bunch of regret. But after a year, if you decide, hey, this Japan thing ain't for me, I'm glad it came out, but it's time to deuce out. And that's cool, At least you got a year's experience living somewhere that not a whole lot of other people outside Japan have lived in. What should I figure I save? I have about 6K, and yeah, obviously more than that. It's hard saying without knowing what school you want to go to and stuff like that. Let's see, how much is it over at Lakeland? Now, obviously, the language schools are a lot cheaper, so I think they're, depending on the school, I think they're like, what, 2,000 or 3,000? Something like that. I don't know if that, I think that's per semester. But, and it varies from school to school, so it's hard to give you a definitive answer, for sure. But, say, the fuck? Show me the money. There we go, jeez. Okay, so... Alright, I see. So... So yeah, for Lakeland, for your first semester is going to be the most expensive. And then every semester after that, it's going to be less expensive. And there's obviously a bunch of miscellaneous fees and stuff like that as well. But generally speaking, it's going to be about, what, $9,350 for the first semester. And then every semester after that is going to be around $6,400, somewhere in that range. And like I said, there's little fees every once in a while too, like textbooks, and depending on what classes you take, you know, they may require supply fees and stuff like that. But that's kind of the general idea, which compared to American universities is pretty darn cheap, you know? So, yeah, and then if you want to get American financial aid, like Pell Grants, and you know, they have a bunch of other grants here, or scholarships. Shit, I picked the wrong one. You're like, fuck, God, this website. Yeah, there's international scholarships, so you can get a one-time scholarship of 100,000 yen, so $1,000. So you can use that to apply to your first semester. So instead of it being 9,000, it'll be 8,000. There's also student ambassador scholarships. So once you're in the system, it's a one semester scholarship, covers a maximum of 12 credits of tuition. So you basically could get like a full semester for free. That's pretty nice. And there's just a bunch of other resources as well. And that's just for Lakeland, you know. So, oh shit, I'm really far behind on the comments. Hold on a sec, guys. Jesus. I know where Siobhan. Hilarious answer, but I do want my mom to live a good rest of her life out, not to be dark. Let's get Shonan, she go out more. Yeah, definitely car wash. I will definitely go out more once I'm in Shonan. It's just here in Kawasaki. This is pretty much it. But thankfully, it's not gonna be for long, so it's all good. So sorry, guys. I'm just catching up with the comments. Give me a sec here. High Steam, just ham. J-Vlog's worse. Yeah, figure out. People who stay for a year probably. Oh yeah, I already read that. So it's gonna be hard to combine caring for your mom with going to Japan. Yeah, that's another thing for sure. There's student loans like in the States. Yeah, I think what Karosh is saying, I don't think you're eligible for loans through the Japanese government, but you are able to get a bunch of grants through MEXT. So you can apply for some financial aid through them as well. Blah, 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 blah. Not being dark, she's really sick. Doctors and herself estimate about 3 years lifespan left. Yeah, if you're not. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the main disadvantages of being an American, and I definitely feel this too, being a fellow Merkjin Tachi. We're like the only country, aside from maybe like Afghanistan or Iraq, that isn't allowed working holiday visas. Even then, I think those other two countries are. I think it's like us and some other country that isn't allowed working holiday visa in Japan. Which basically is, but the closest you can get to a working holiday visa is basically what I'm on, if you think about it. Because it's like a designated activities visa and stuff like that. So I'm about as close, as an American, I'm about as close as I can get to being on a working holiday visa. I know where Siobhan. I look into getting a degree stateside while caring for your mom, developing skills. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with the car wash, especially in Siobhan's case. You know, if he wants to be close with his mom before her passing. You know, because having to, you know, attend funerals and stuff like that while you're in another country is it's not always possible, and it's actually one of the hardest things about living in another country is that you're going to miss out on funerals, birthdays, weddings, all that stuff, man. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just once she passes, that would definitely be the best way to go about it. And even still, like, well, Siobhan's not back yet, so it's hard saying where he's at degree-wise, but I'm thinking, he could probably just go to community college, get his first 2 years knocked out. I would look into CLEPing courses. So for a lot of the really super basic Common Core type stuff, you can just skip those courses. So if you just take the test, and the test is only like what, $70-$75 per course. So if you already know enough of the material and you're confident enough that you can pass, then would you rather pay $75 for a course, or like, $7,500 for the courses? So if you already know it, then fuck it, yo. But yeah, it's hard to say until he comes back. There's a lot of factors in play, for sure. But yeah. So am I moving to the same area as Eric? Yes, actually. I am. It's not the same exact area, but it's pretty close. And the reason I just say Shonan area rather than give like specific cities, towns, and stuff like that is just because I'm looking at a bunch of different places in that area, so it's hard saying, yeah, I'm gonna live in like, I don't know, Hiratsuka or something like that. Just because I don't know what their situation is as far as like foreigners moving in. They seem pretty chill living out there, but it depends from person to person, place to place. So it's hard saying. I might get the old gaijin dame, So that's why I have a couple places in place. So. But I'm really looking forward to getting this one place. It's out in, I guess I can say the name. It's out in Oiso. That's the main town I'm looking to live in, actually. It's apparently like a big surfing area in Shonan. But it's not that big. It was also, I did a bunch of research on it, just, for video ideas and stuff. It was apparently like a big, like, summer getaway for a lot of, like, aristocrats and stuff back in the ancient times. So a lot of like politicians and stuff like that would yeah, that's around where Eric lives. So a lot of like politicians and stuff like that like to vacation out there. And nowadays it's mostly just a place where surfers go during the on season. So you'll see a lot of like surfing competitions and stuff like that out there. So it's more opportunity for me to also get some surfing videos in as well, which I think would be super cool. And to just do like videos in that area too, because there's some videos of like Oiso and stuff like that, but ooh, Dad. But it's I don't know, they're not really that well done, it's basically just like a music montage, and it's like the most generic music, and it's just alright, welcome back. Okay, in a sec. So well, let me finish this real quick. making sure I finish my nanners. But anyway, Siobhan, like we were talking about while you were away, so we think it's probably best. Yeah, there's hardly any video of that area, which is surprising because it's such a gorgeous place. But anyway, getting back to Siobhan's situation. So we were talking while you were out. No, there's stuff, but and I don't know where you're at, like education-wise. Like, have you done any college, or like where are you at with that? Because we were thinking probably best for you to stay stateside and either finish up your degree there and go to Japan on a work visa, or what I would suggest, if you don't have any post-secondary education, no college or anything like that, is to just go to school at a community college, get your first 2 years in. You could also do something called CLEP, so CLEP. It allows you to, just vocational high school. Oh, right on, right on. So, yeah, just go to community college and try to CLEP as many courses as you can, if you already know the stuff. So CLEP is a program that allows you to get credit for classes. All you have to do is take the test to prove that you're knowledgeable in that area. So if say you're really good at math, for instance, and you don't want to take like the basic math course at a community college, you could just CLEP that course, and if you pass the test, then you get the credit for it, so you don't have to worry about taking it. Oh, hey. It's funny you mentioned that, Siobhan, because that's actually going to be my major when I go back to school. Funny enough. So yeah, with Lakeland, they offer the Japan campus just started offering bachelor degrees, but right now they're only in business admin, but there's 3 minors, or focuses they call it, out there. So you can do, I think, like international business, hospitality, and communication. So I'm going to be going through the communications route, because originally my major was going to be communications, but you know, Lakeland, the Japan campus is only offering business admin, so I figured, fuck it, sounds a little bit more marketable than communications, and I'll be minoring in communications anyway, so all's well that ends well, you know. And for me, you know, I don't really give a shit what I get the degree in, to be honest with you guys. I only care about getting the degree. So, because once I have it, then I can apply for a work visa out here. So, yeah, that or something with teaching. Right on, right on. So, yeah, I would highly recommend just going to your local community college, picking up an associate's, just getting a lot of the basic courses out of the way. And from there, depending on how your mom's situation is, you can kind of gauge and see if you want to spend that last year with her, you know, if you want to continue going to school, depending on how your financial situation is as well, you could do that. Yeah, and like Carwash is saying, you're still young, you got plenty of time. I know I sound like an old guy saying that. Ah, you're young, you got time. But it's true, you do, you know. I used to think that people were passing me by in life around that time, especially because that's when a lot of kids who went to college right after high school were starting to graduate and get jobs and, you know, get married and started their big boy and big girl lives. And meanwhile, I was still working at McDonald's and Walmart and just trying to keep my head above water. So I don't know your exact situation, but you know, I think it might be fairly similar to how I was back in my day when I was your age. Old man Andy saying. Yeah, man. It's good you're proactive about your education, maximize learning right now. Yep, totally agree. So even if either you don't end up coming to Japan, or you know, you stay for a year and decide it's not for you and want to go back stateside, it's cool, man. you know? So that, you know, living abroad definitely looks really good on a resume. I'll say that for sure. Obviously, it depends on what you're applying to, but, you know, if you want to add like an extra little, you know, get like some competitive edge, you know, getting a, yeah, exactly, yeah. I definitely feel you, Siobhan. I definitely feel you. You know, because it's good. Because I was in a very similar situation when I was your age. You know, like I got kicked out of college around that time. Actually, it was right when I turned 21. It's around that time when I got kicked out. It's a semester after I turned 21. Yeah, just because at that point, before when I was going to college, it's a little convoluted to say, but I'll try my best not to rant and ramble about it. But basically, at the time, you couldn't claim financial independence until you turned 24. Yo, Obsidian, what's up, dude? I'm just taking it back to my initial college run to give Siobhan some perspective on things. So, back in the day, you couldn't claim financial independence until you turned 24. Now, thankfully, they've eliminated that ruling, so, you know, as long as you can prove that you're living on your own, then it's fine. But I had to wait till I was 24, so I had to base my income from what my parents were making. Yeah, exactly. It's in the name, right? So when I first went to college, I was just basing it off of my mom's income because she wasn't married at the time. But then when I went to an actual like 4-year university and transferred, I had to base it off both my mom and my stepdad's income because they got married. And when they got married, their income went up significantly. And they were at that point where they were making too much money for me to qualify for a lot of the grants that I was going to college through initially. But they themselves weren't making enough money to help me fund college in any way. And they never really, I mean, they took a couple courses in college, but nothing serious. So they didn't really know. So I was just kind of in like a no-win situation where I couldn't afford going to college. So I got really depressed about it because I felt like it was largely out of my control. And, you know, I stayed in my dorm room just sleeping all day and just watching a lot of stuff on the internet. And this was right when YouTube was starting to come around, but it was still very early YouTube. So most of the time I was reading this blog by this guy named Steve Pavlina. It was a very early personal development blog. And he's the one who kind of got me onto this kick of personal development in general. And he's the one who also showed me that you can make a living doing stuff online. So I learned a whole lot during that very dark, depressing time in my life. And it was definitely, you know, kind of like the origin. You know, it's like the comic book issue 1 of how this whole online thing began for me. Because I didn't think you could make any money online at all. You know, like the best I would make would be, you know, working for other companies, putting stuff online, but I wouldn't actually make anything online. But this guy is like doing a personal development blog, and, you know, he was making like money hand over fist at the time. But regardless, afterwards I got kicked out just because of my low grades, because a funny thing happens when you don't go to class. Your GPA starts slipping. So I eventually got kicked out at the end of that semester, and it was a pretty dark 3-year period of my life, because I was also during the American recession back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. So it got to a point where I was just hopping from job to job because they kept on letting me go, or only giving me like 2 hours a week, and that wasn't even enough to pay for gas for my truck to get to that job and back. So it just wasn't worth it anymore. So push came to shove, and eventually that's when I joined the Navy. And it was definitely something that helped turn my life around, for sure. You know, it allowed me to, you know, just it's one of those aha moments for me, because it allowed me to completely change my life. And it's just one of those things, you know, even just thinking about it now, like 11 years later, you know, it's like, where would I be if it's possible. Yeah, I know I can get grants. I grew up poor, and by tax I'm the poorest. Okay. Yeah, you can definitely get Pell Grant for sure. I don't know how much that is now. Back in the day, back in my day, it was about $4,500 per semester. Which, you know, if you're going to Lakeland and you're just on the Pell Grant itself, if you get $4,500 a semester, that's almost the entire tuition by itself. And you just got to cover a couple thousand. You know, so say you get the Pell Grant and you get that international scholarship for your first semester, that's like $5,500 right there, and it's about 93. And then for subsequent semesters, you know, so yeah. And I'm sure there's other grants for low income as well. I'm sure there's like tons of them, man. They're out there. But yeah, the military, that is another option. Like we were saying, you are pretty young, so you do have a lot of options. And for me, like, I joined the military when I was 24. So I thought I was going to be like the old fuck of going into the basic, you know, but I was about the median age. I was like right in the middle of everybody. And, you know, again, different time, so everybody else was thinking the same thing I was, where, you know, if you couldn't get a job and we're looking for steady employment, join the military, right? So, yeah, the military is definitely an option. I wouldn't say it's like the only option, but it is an option. And depending on kind of where your skill set lies, like, are you more, you know, how can I say this? Like, you know, are you more like physical, I guess? Or are you more mental? I guess is the best way I can describe it. Because the more physical branches, like Army and Marines, might be for you if you're more physical. But not to say that the Air Force and Navy aren't physical. But, you know, I would probably apply for, you know, especially being Navy veteran, so I would highly recommend Navy, if that's the route you want to go to. You know, I'm not saying that you have to go that route. I'm just saying that if you do choose to go down that route, it does end up opening a lot of doors for you. And helps teach you discipline, you know, learn to be at the right place at the right time, and attention to detail and stuff like that. So it is a possibility for a lot of people, especially low-income folks. What kind of person does well in the Navy? I think just somebody who is open to new experiences. Good. Someone who loves to travel, because with the Navy, more than any other branch, you're going to be traveling a lot. So if you're about that lifestyle and seeing the world, even if it's 4 hours at a time, as we often joke, and it's definitely an experience like no other, you know. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, you know, that as an option. Again, I'm not saying it's your only option, but it is a really enticing option, especially nowadays, because the military is largely undermanned these days. So they are offering a lot of incentives to join. Just be careful about those incentives, because, you know, you have to fulfill the conditions, otherwise they take it back. It just depends on what it is. I think you have to, like, and it's just basic stuff, you know, just like passing the courses and stuff like that. Staying in the Navy for X amount of time, whatever. Nothing too serious, just don't act a fool, you know. That's like the basic like TLDR of my entire existence in the Navy. Don't be a fool. You know? It'll save you a lot, save your life and save a chevron or two, basically. But yeah, it is a very lucrative option, and you know, if you're low income like I was, you know, I didn't have a whole lot of options at the time. You know, I was a college dropout, and American Recession was happening. I couldn't get hired working anywhere. Not even McDonald's or Walmart would take me in, just because, you know, they were hard up for hours, and not even, and the factories wouldn't take me in because I was in that, you know, catch-22 or whatever it's called, for like, you need factory experience to work in a factory, but you can't get factory experience unless you work in a factory. Not that I wanted to, but living in Ohio at the time, that's pretty much like the higher up job without an education. Yeah, exactly, Deck One. I really wish I would have paid more attention in high school. Look back and realize, damn. Honestly, Siobhan, like, regular K through 12 education, they push you through it, dude. Like, I wouldn't take that shit seriously at all. Just get your diploma. Yeah, 100%, Deck One. 100%. Yeah, just get your diploma or your GED. Well, I mean, you already have it because you're 21, so whatever. But I mean, if you're younger, I would just say, you know, they'd just push you through, dude. So I wouldn't worry too much about shit you did or didn't do in high school. You know, it's what you do afterwards that counts, really. But, you know, and he went to a vocational high school too, so that's even better. I mean, I went to some vocational classes when I was in high school too. But yeah, exactly like what Car Wash is saying. You know, the big stuff happens after high school. So, no worries, man. But yeah, man, like, and I don't mean to like gas myself up with all this, but if you were to look at me like 10, 15 years ago, I would be the last person you'd expect living out in Japan. You know, because I had no money, I had no college education, and, you know, I was dropping out of jobs left and right, through no fault of my own at the time, of course, because of hours. Yeah, right? But, you know, for all intents and purposes, I shouldn't have been able to come out to Japan, but I made it happen, man. And I'm sure you'll make it happen too. And things are a lot easier now than they were back then, as far as knowing how to get grants, scholarships, all that kinds of stuff. So the money's out there, the knowledge is out there. It's just the onus is on you to learn it, get that paper, and carry on smartly. So I remember Alaskan Whiskey. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. He might have just dipped off the internet for a while. I don't know. He kind of comes and goes. So. He kind of went on like an anti-masking rant a while back. That was the last I heard from him. Yeah, man. It's all you can do, you know? Like, I hate to sound like Gary Vee, but I listen to Gary Vee like all the time, man. So it helps keep me in check, for sure. So you just gotta keep your head up and just continue to grind, basically. You know, just every little dollar that you put towards going to Japan is a dollar closer to Japan, even if it is just $1, you know? Oh, you did? Oh, okay. That is what it is. But, yeah. Just, good stuff, man. And Dave Ramsey, nice. Yeah, I listen to, like, Gary Vee content, like, all the time. Like I'm subscribed to like all of his channels. He even has like a fan page that does like little compilations of his stuff. They do like a daily upload every day, and it's just good stuff. Good stuff. And it helps keep me in check, you know, because there's times where, you know, if I'm not, you know, focusing on something, I lose motivation and it gets a little rough. So I just gotta, you know, keep my eyes on the prize, basically. Did terribly in high school, very bad, but I had a pretty good career. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, you know, the education system isn't for everyone, and plus everyone's at different places in their lives when they're going through school, so, you know, high school is not at all an indicator of what your success will be in life. Like, not even the slightest. The last thing I heard him say, he was a TK Ham supporter at one point, and saying it was so funny. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, that's the story of a lot of former good old buddies of his, isn't it? But I digress. You guys have heard me talk enough about him anyway, so it is what it is. Yeah. Like, I don't even care at this point. Like, honestly, the only time I even think about old Hambone is when you guys bring him up. Like, he's the furthest thing from my mind at this point. You know. But then every once in a while you guys bring him up and it's just like, oh yeah, I forgot. I used to be friends with that guy and used to work for him and made a lot of videos. Now he's making videos, apparently, from what I've been told. He's making videos talking to like underage girls and all this other weird shit, and it's just like, but whatever. So yeah, you know, the whole Japan thing, and don't worry about like trying to come to, where are we at? Why was Ham balling like a little bitch in his recent video? I don't know, dude. I don't keep up with this shit anymore, dude. I just, I pretty much just know what you guys tell me about him. And, you know, I might peek in every once in a while if you guys are, like, saying, oh, man, why did he say this in this video? Oh, my God. But, like, yeah, I don't really care, to be honest. I know you guys want this to be like the fuck TKO Sam channel, but it's not like that, dude. You know? We can kind of, you know, chuckle and laugh a little bit about it, but honestly, I just don't care. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit, my bad. I mean, yes. Fuck TKO Sam. He's a piece of shit. Oh my god, he's so fat. Grr, I'm mad. Did I do a good job? Okay. Right, Nick and Cam? Sorry. I had to get that in. Okay. Alright, Dequan, for you, I'll give it a skim. I don't think I can watch the whole thing, to be honest. I wanna keep my bananas down, if you will. But, yeah. Goodness. But yeah, I can see it, you know, like, it's all about having a, what is it, an internal locus of control. So, it's just about realizing that, yes, there's some things in life you can't control, but there's a lot of stuff you can control. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it just depends on what he wants to do. You know, I think a lot of folks have misaligned that term to where even if you're doing good things in the community, it's, you know, hard to associate yourself with that because the term has been so snake bit over the years by some really bad folks. You know, it's, I don't know if that word is even recoverable at this stage. You know, just because there have been so many toxic characters. But then again, even just vlogging in general has some toxic characters, and it still has a fairly positive, if not self-indulgent perspective, I guess. But now you tell me, Deck One. Aspirations in taking a video. That's wrong. Oh, there you go. Yeah, and you know, no pressure to like make your own stuff. You know, like it's largely a personal decision, really. Like before, I would kind of be of the Gary Vee mindset of just, you know, make content all the time, document your experience, you know, because, you know, it worked so good for me. But I also realize, looking back at it, that it's largely a personal decision. So if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then it's your call. But if you want to go through and document your process, then I think it's really good and will help give inspiration to a lot of other folks out there too. But you can't go and bullshit like a lot of these J-vloggers do. So you just gotta be you, dude. And if people don't like you for it, fuck them. Your content's not for them. So it is what it is. And if there's one thing I've learned from being on the internet as long as I have, you can't please everybody all the time. You will drive yourself nuts trying to do that shit. Believe me. So there's even yeah, exactly. He only likes the finer ones in life. So yeah, you know, there's even people who don't like me. You know, they say, you know, oh, his content's boring, or oh, he's a piece of shit, or oh, whatever. Hey, what up, Chris in Tokyo? Sorry I couldn't make it out to Shibuya, dude. It's Tokyo, so it's gross. But regardless, what's up? But yeah, to be honest, Deck One, like, I don't really watch too much J-Vlog content these days. Yeah, it's one of those things where, you know, once you're in, it's hard to get out. But yeah, I think nowadays the nah, I'm busy this weekend. Sorry, bro. I'm gonna be shooting some stuff for Eric Surf 6, and then working on some other stuff. Oh yeah, those guys. Yeah. Yeah, this month is just like I'm super busy, dude. I'm sorry. Because, you know, I'm either working or getting this this move taken care of. So I basically only have like one day to like get the move taken care of. It's fucking bad, I know. But it is what it is. 25 subs for the last 2 years? I think I'm subbed to your channel, right? Should be. Yeah, it's Tokyo. There you are. I thought it was subbed to you. That's weird. Well, I am now. So now you have 27 subs. How's that sound, huh? Alright. No worries, Deck One. It's good seeing you on here. So, I appreciate your spicy takes. And I'll take a look at Hambone's recent ramblings and rants. Just for you. No one else. So, alright, later. So, let's see what you got. Oh, Jesus. You have a TKO Sam vlog on there? That's crazy. I mean, I do too, still, but whatever. I might watch this later for the lulz. So what are you trying to have your channel be, Chris? Yeah, for sure, dude, for sure. Actually, Eric's gonna be helping me out with the moves, so Eric and his friends are gonna be helping. So I should be good. I do appreciate it though. I don't really have all that much stuff to move, so it's not gonna take too long. I think they're gonna either rent a van or a truck or something like that, or maybe I could like hire some movers. They're apparently not that expensive. Okay, cool. Van travel blog content. I feel you. Yeah, it's kind of hard to do that these days. Not impossible now, but it's getting there. So let's look at this recent video of yours. Well, recent-ish. Beautiful Japan. Let's do channel reviews. How about that, huh? Saw Eric a few weeks ago in Senganjaya. Nice. That's around where Temple's at. Fun stuff. He might have been doing like a shoot or something. I'm not sure. But yeah, let's check this bit out. Yeah, the first 10 seconds was lazy as fuck, I can tell you that right off the bat. Fucking PowerPoint vibes. I would have probably started with this. Or had like the Japan flag overlay. Then fade out to this. Yeah, why don't you just start with this, dude? Is there any... Okay, you're hanging on that scene a little too long. Okay, sky tree, right on. Going a little too fast. Like, where are you focusing, man? Are you just supposed to give like an overall view? And now you did that, and just... nice. That looks like a rainbow bridge, I think. Tokyo Tower. Looks pretty cool. Dig it. How'd you get that shot of... oh, shit. The shot of you, like, climbing up Tokyo Tower. Was it like a crop shot that you just kind of, like, slid up? That's pretty cool. And, yeah, a lot of the shots look really good, but I think it honestly just lacks direction. Like, you're just... again, it's like a music montage. You're just going from shot to shot, and it's just like, what does it mean, right? So I think if you would have done like some kind of voiceover or something like that to kind of lead people from shot to shot, you know, even if it's something basic, you know, whatever. Yeah, the shots aren't bad at all. Oh man, that's super high, super saturated, but I dig it though. Yeah. To be fair, sakura blossoms are really hard to capture, especially when it's cloudy out. So, yeah, like I said, shots aren't too bad. It just lacks direction, basically. Oh, you were in a helicopter? Oh, shit. Nice. Looking nice, brother. All right. Let's see. I'm kind of... I know this video is from a couple years ago, so it's probably not your best work, but... for the lulz, let's watch it. Hopefully it doesn't have copyright shit on it. I don't think it does, but we'll find out. Dad? Okay, so I just buy a river, I guess. There's no talking, you're just kind of aiming at shit. The sky tree, I guess. More sky tree. Buy some kind of ramen place. Okay, got some bomb-ass Yokohama Yeke ramen. I fucking dig it, dude. Fucking love it. But, again, there's, like, no direction. Are you going to like some kind of stand-up club or something like that? Oh, is that Sam right there? Kind of looks like him, sounds like him. Okay, so you're there. I think that's Sam. Yep. Okay, so I know this is an old video, so I'm not going to be super duper hard on it. But that being said, in the title, you promised meeting Tikio Sam for the first time in Asakusa, right? I didn't see for sure Tikio Sam. Obviously, he was like in the background earlier, but the first actual ham sighting, if you will, is almost a minute until the end. So about 2/3 into the video is when you see him. So if I were to do something like this today, I would probably put like some kind of fun reaction shot in the beginning as part of a cold open to kind of lure you in and be like, oh shit, he's in this video. To just kind of like pull you in, you know, as a bit of a hook. And he's doing stand up. I can barely fucking hear him. And there he is close up. Man, he looks so much thinner then. I'm just saying. Yeah. Tully. Yeah, see, there you go, Chris. Now you got 28 subscribers. How about that? Talking too much back then. Yeah, it's all good. So, yeah, Starbucks Japan Hanami Sakura Don review. Ooh, interesting. Very interesting. Let's check the suit.
What's up, guys? I'm here at Starbucks and I have the most famous pastry of the year.
Hey, took too long, dude.
So this is gonna be very popular season for like Hanami and Sakura. And I have a pastry from Starbucks. It's common and popular at this time.
So it took you 20 seconds to say something you could have said in like 5 or 10. 25 seconds, actually.
Which I've seen it come out at least 2 or 3 times.
And I haven't seen the actual pastry until... Okay, there's the bag. 35 seconds into the video. You start to see the actual pastry... What, like 42 seconds in. Okay.
Sakura donut.
Mm.
So I'm gonna try it today for you guys. Let me know if you like this video, and I'll do more similar ones.
And you're way too close to the donut. Okay. So I mean, it's not too bad. Like, you know, I know it sounds like I'm being harsh, and I'm not. I'm just saying this because I want you to improve. So don't take this as me like shitting on you and stuff. It's just critiques, and again, you know, ultimately it's my opinion as well. So you might have different ideas, but I like the general premise of this, especially for seasonal food. Seasonal content does really well on YouTube, especially Japan content. So especially springtime, a lot of, you know, as you know, Sakura, Hanami type stuff comes out around this time, so a lot of limited edition food and drinks and stuff like that. So this is a good trend to trend jack, is what it's called. But what I would have done was definitely shown the donut way earlier, preferably in the first like 5 seconds. Would have gotten like some close-up B-roll shots of it. Nothing too serious, you know. You could just take the camera, like, you know, if yeah, geez, oh, we use a something a bit more analogous. So, say I was doing a review of this Blair's Sun Death hot sauce. Hashtag not an ad. Hashtag could be an ad. Call me. But anyway, so say I'm doing something like this. So, you know, I take my camera, just do some little shots like that, just kind of going around the object, maybe going like a top-down sort of thing. Maybe do like a little dolly close-up to kind of like get an idea for texture and stuff like that, depending on your camera setup. Some cameras are really good with close-ups, others aren't. Depends on what they are, and you know, if you have interchangeable lenses, you can get macro lenses if you really want to get fancy with it. But For the basic stuff, you know, if you're just shooting it from your cell phone, they do pretty well with close-ups. So you can do some shots that are, you know, if you want to show off like the texture, like I think with the donut it would have been pretty good to get like the smooth texture of the frosting contrasted with the kind of crispier texture at the bottom of the actual donut. You know, if you wanted to pair that with also, because you're at Starbucks, right? So you could get some B-roll of Starbucks, and if you're at a particular one, I don't know which one you're at, like if you're by one that looks really good from the outside, you could get some stuff like that. Like you could get, you know, shots of the sign, you know, the Starbucks sign logo, and maybe get a little something from the menu to show, hey, there's the Sakura donut. And just little clips. It doesn't have to be super long, super duper fancy. Just, it's a bunch of little things that add up. And that's how getting B-roll is. So, dang, okay, cool. Yeah, why doesn't anyone do like a nature vlog and just chill? Yeah, that's something I'm going to be doing, not just, I mean, it's going to be like by the beach. So it's going to be a little different, but that's kind of what I'm going for. Yeah, that's all good and bad video editing, though. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'd love for that, man. That'd be cool. You know, just to give you an idea. But I think what would help you out more than just my editing would be to focus on shooting different things. Because, you know, I can only, by editing, I'm taking away, right? So I can only take away from what I'm given. And yeah, there's ways around it, but there's definitely like a dissonance with it if you go that route. So it's mostly just in knowing kind of what to shoot. You know, some people, they call it like a shot list. And you don't have to get like super technical with stuff like that. Just, you know, just kind of have in your mind just an idea of what you want to get. Like, here, we'll take an 80 Japandi video, for instance. So we'll, here, fuck. I can spell my name. So we'll take this Shake Shack burger. I shot this whole thing on my cell phone. So it's not with a super duper fancy camera. It's just my fucking Samsung Galaxy S10e. So it's like the budget version. Nothing too fancy. No gimbals. None of this fancy shit. Literally just, I mean, you can't even see it. I think the only fancy thing I have is the mic. And that's it.
Hey guys, Andy here, and today on Andy Eats Japandi, I'm going to be...
So I do the introduction. Hey guys, Andy here. Today we're going to be eating at Shake Shack. And because Shake Shack has this huge sign in the background, I'm going to take advantage of that, right? So what I did was I took pictures, or like a little clip of Shake and then Shack. And so when I said Shake Shack, I timed it. So we'll do...
Japandi, I'm going to be eating at Shake Shack. Coming out.
Yeah. It's a fun little touch. Then, you know, roll intro, and honestly, looking back, well, at the time it was fine, but I wouldn't recommend doing intros these days. Just because people want to get to the content, and intros take away from that. That's why I've largely gotten rid of intros. You know, I still have the outro for end cards and stuff sometimes, but yeah.
Welcome to the Shake Shack here.
And there's a little pan.
In Setagaya City in Tokyo, Japan.
There's the sign. There's a little burger thing.
Shake Shack has a whole
There's
lot
the
to choose
menu.
from, including their main staple, burgers, chicken sandwich, hot dogs, shakes, floats, and even some Japan exclusive items. Today's meal cost me 2,541 yen, or about $23.95 American.
Yeah, again, keep in mind, this was all shot on my cell phone. And my cell phone's not like the super duper high-end thing. It's actually more on the budget side, to be honest. And it's a couple generations old at this point. And I didn't use warp stabilizing with this at all. It was literally just handheld. So it does have some basic image stabilization in the front. So I basically just kind of held it and just moved very slowly. That's the trick. You got to move very slowly. Because you can speed it up in post, or at least just cut to the important parts. But if you go too fast, then it just doesn't look as good. So you just got to move very slowly. And, you know, I got the menu. I did voiceover after the fact. So basically what I did was, as I was filming this, I kind of took some notes, and then later I just kind of gave myself some voice notes as well, and then later I did the voiceover. So I did a little thing of the
in-house brand of beer known as the Shakemeister Ale. It's a pale ale very similar to a Belgian white ale. My personal favorite. Would highly recommend you guys try it out if you come out to Shake Shack.
something basic, and the voiceover adds to that narrative, kind of helps lead people through the story. And I love the timing with the music too. That actually happened by accident. I kept it in. So.
Shack burger with a regular side of crinkle cut fries, along with a side of ketchup and mustard that I mixed together for my fries.
Yeah, am I the only one who does it? I don't know.
Nothing really to write home about. However, let's get to the star of the show, the double Shack burger. I gotta say, this burger is oishi to the max. My only complaint is that it's a little too greasy, but what's a little grease between burgers and friends, right? So yeah, guys, that was my meal here at Shake Shack. And with that said, this is Andy Son. Signing for now, as always, and forever.
And that's basically it, man. I mean, nothing too long, nothing extremely fancy. It just kind of is what it is, you know? So, let me... Yeah, I don't like talking too much back then. Japan content. How are you to edit? Sean's kind of hard to get without a car and equipment. Yeah, I guess depending on like where you're going, like if you're going like in the deep woods or something like that, yeah, it can get a little hard. You'll definitely need a car for that. But there are some places where you can just like go in nature and chill out, and it's not too far away from civilization. So it is doable. It's just harder to do without a car and stuff. But let's see. Using all iPhone, shit, iPhone, yeah, you're golden, man. You can just as much as I don't like Apple, they do get a lot of things right. One of the things I love is AirDrop. So like you could just drop all the shit if you were completely in the Apple ecosystem. You could just AirDrop it from your phone to your computer, and you don't have to do this weird finagly shit like I have to do. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's definitely good eats, I'll tell you that. It is on the pricey side though, but you definitely get what you pay for sure. Let's see, there are some recommended nature spots you can get to with public transport. Osage National Park. Yep, exactly what Car Wash was saying. So yeah. So it's my favorite burger place in Japan. As much as I love Shake Shack, and I do love me some Shake Shack, my all-time favorite burger place is Snug State or Cafe out in Yokosuka. That was for the original Andy Japandy series. Yeah, it's still on. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll look at Snug State or Cafe. Can't play the audio because I use a copyright song, and the editing for this isn't that good. Yeah, it was a drum and bass remix of the Hawaii 5-0 theme. But it's this place called Snug State or Cafe. And one of the things I noticed about my my old style of editing was that I talk like way too much. So I show more of my face around the thing rather than the thing. So that's something, you know, I'm working towards doing more of, or doing less of for stuff like that. Now for some videos it's good, you know, if I'm just sitting down having a real talk chat with you guys, it's fine. But yeah, like if I were to reshoot this, I would definitely get, there's a lot of like tchotchkes and knickknacks and shit like that up there. I'm moving way too fucking fast, my god. See, this is what happens when you move too fast, Chris. Like all the shit's blurry and it don't look good, man. If you notice with that Shake Shack video, I moved very slowly. Even while I was moving, you could still see everything very clearly. You know, this is just fucking dad with a camcorder right here. Just look at this thing, look at this thing. Okay, and I start to slow down about a minute in. Slow the fuck down, Andy. Shit. But yeah, they got this really cool menu, and you know, I definitely shoot this in parts rather than just shoot the whole thing in real time. And I literally just go through the whole menu. They got like Hawaiian ice cream and all this stuff. This one, I think I got the Philly. Yeah, I got the Philly. Or no, I got like the barbecue burger. I think it was this one. I usually get this one or the Philly cheeseburger, which is fucking awesome. But yeah, this place is my burger place of choice. There's also American House out in Yokohama. I think it's called like Radio Antenna Yokohama, something like that. But they serve burgers at dinner time. They don't serve it during lunch, which I found out the hard way when I made a trip up to Yokohama looking for some burg. And it's like, oh, we don't serve burg here at that time, so I ended up getting a hot dog. An old hot dog. But yeah, they give you the fucking big-ass thing of ketchup and mustard. Get you all sorted with the wedge-cut fries and fucking big-ass burg. Just, chef's kiss. But thanks to old Cloney Macaroni, sadly, they, I mean, they're still in business. They just, that particular restaurant isn't open because of old Cloney Macaroni. So, they do, like, pack lunches, basically. So they set up, like, bentos. There's, like a mall. It's called Kosuka. It's the former Daiei Mall out in Yokosuka. It's the same location. They just renamed it Kosuka. So they have, like, a little booth there. It's really cool how they did that. So a lot of the local businesses who had to shut down because of Clone Chain World Tour, they got little booths and stuff available at this local mall, so they can still, like, sell stuff. So anyway, not out for lunch. Kosuka, the best place to get a Sukujin jacket. Yeah, no worries, Chris. Good talking to you, dude. So yeah, the Sukujin jackets. Yeah, I'm sure you could find cheaper ones online, but that's like the place to get them. You know, it's like omiyage basically out in that area. Okay, cool. Oh, hey, what's up, Japanese lessons? How you doing? What you want to talk about? I'm only gonna be on for a little bit longer because I gotta get ready to go to work here soon, but I can talk for a little bit. So yeah, this is, oh wow, a little over 2 hours at this point. It's a bit longer than how I usually stream, but it's all good. So those nice jackets are around. Ooh. Yeah, I think you can get them way cheaper down in Yokosuka. I think they're normally like Neiman, maybe Nigomon or something like that. Or Neiman Gosen, something like that. But again, it depends on what you're looking for with the jacket. If you're looking for like a basic jacket, you know, it's fine. They can also do like custom embroidery and shit like that, but that's gonna cost you. So the time right now is 9:11 a.m. Tuesday. So yeah. So it's like early morning for me, which is a perfect time for me to stream because like it's nighttime for you guys in America and elsewhere, and this is usually when people are surfing around for live streams and YouTube content and stuff like that. So you know, it works for me and it works for you guys. But most Japan streamers, you know, they stream at night because it's comfortable for them, but like it's like 6 or 7:30 in the morning everyone else's time. So, oh shit, that's right, St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. I forgot about that. Well, if that stimmy hits, maybe might have myself a nice old Guinness to celebrate. Oh, Showa. Actually, they sell them at one of the grocery stores near my guest house. But I've just been living pretty conservatively, you know, just waiting for checks and stuff to come in and get everything ready to move, so I don't want to spend too much money, but what's a little Guinness here and there? No biggie. Yeah, I think it's a little too early to go to pubs though, just yet. But who's to say I can't have a little fun, right? Fun times. You know, speaking of streaming, I think one of you guys, I don't know if you're in the chat now, I forget who it was. Yeah. Yeah, just for variety, you know, it'd be nice. But, you know, I don't mind ales and lagers. That's kind of more my speed anyway. But it is nice to have options, you know, mix it up every once in a while. I never catch you like this again. Yeah, that's why I stream in the mornings, man. So, well, morning's my time, I guess. So. Yeah. It's just one of those things that, you know, since I know most of my audience is in America, you know, it just makes sense to stream during times that works for my audience, and that's around this time. So, yeah, it works, man. It works. But anyway, getting back to the streaming thing I was talking about earlier. So, one of you guys, I forget who, asked if I would stream on Twitch. And I was really thinking about it because I do like the setup on Twitch better than YouTube. It's a bit easier. It's much more stable. The quality looks a lot better. But I sent out a poll. Nice. I sent out a poll on both YouTube and Twitter to see what you guys thought about it, and the majority, like the vast majority of people, were like, just stick with YouTube. So, Shogunai, my guy. So, yeah, and it makes sense for me to stick with YouTube anyway, because you know all my YouTube channels are monetized, so I don't have to worry about applying for a Twitch partnership or anything like that. Most of my audience is on YouTube anyway, so it just makes sense. And plus it allows me to still put out content without having to put out edited content. So that way the channel still has stuff on the regular, you know? Because, you know, I still eat breakfast in the morning regardless. But if I can make a little video streaming while I'm eating and, you know, chat shit with you guys, then all the better. And once we move, we'll do beach vlogs, beach live streams, and just me walking around town. Because there's not a whole lot of people out that way. So I don't have to worry about like bumping into folks, things like that. So, you know. But in any event, guys, I think it's about that time because I got to get ready for work here shortly. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping to, Game Unlock. You know, because obviously right now it's not the most interesting background. I mean, I got like my vacuum and my thermos. Kind of sucks. But things are definitely going to pick up for sure. So, yeah, just hang in there in the meantime. So, with all that said, guys, this is the Andy Sound. Signing for now. And as always, forever, we'll see you next time. Catch you later, guys. Bye.